So is only 2 hour and 4 hour considered higher time frame then, or what?
No,
As far as like intraday trading.
45 minute can also, like, it's lower than 2 hour, 4 hour, but 45 minute and 90 minute can also be seen. You can also see the absorption happen there. But
But the one that we look for.
well, I mean, I've seen it happen at a 45 minute supply zone also. That's why I'm saying like 45 minute and a 90 minute can also be valid. Um, and I personally would still consider 45 minute and 90 minute higher time frame, but it's just a like a lower quality zone. I don't even want to say lower quality because I don't want you to think like I'm gonna skip it because it's a 45 minute. It's just the higher probability of seeing it occur and work is 2 hour, 4 hour, but it can also work on the 90 minute and 45 minute.
What I do like for B grade key levels, like for under A, like under A grades, I just wait for price to react. I just see how it reacts. I don't like dismiss it or like focus on it.
Yeah, that's definitely when I was first doing it, I would definitely like even it I know there was one time where there was a 45 minute and there was a HVN inside it, and I just completely was like, this isn't my zone. And then the A plus absorption setup appeared. So like I don't want to just instantly invalidate it because there's a HVN inside of a higher time frame zone. But I also am cautious and aware that I have to be more patient if there is something like that.
Yeah.
But as far as like seeing it happen in different locations, you're right, Eloy. It does happen in different locations. I just want to master the setup that I've been mentioning, which is why recently in the absorption setup in the absorption tab, I pointed out that in this month of February, every single week, I had at least one uh absorption setup that occurred.
I haven't
Did
had
he
a chance.
not talk again?
No, I'm hearing you.
Um, yeah. But like if you go into it with that mind state of like, okay, I'm gonna trade trend lines now, it may put you in a position where Gabriel's in right now, where he's just trying trades
Random
that,
shit.
yeah, because you're like, oh, I think I'm seeing something here. Whereas if you
Yeah.
make yourself only focus on these specific locations, then you become a master at that, and then you can expand to those other ideas. Which is why right now, even if I see like a shallow pullback at a 2 hour zone or something, I'm not taking the trade, but I'm journaling it so that I have multiple days of data where I can reference it and be like, okay, I've seen this multiple times, more than 10 times, and I know it works.
I guess the. I mean,
Well,
I agree with sticking to the plan of where we are studying to take trades right now. But I just find it interesting. I guess it helps me give more confidence into what it is we're studying, anyways. Seeing it occur in like other reasons. Oh shit! Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
And like, I'm just like throwing stuff out there of what I've been catching since I've been back. But and also, it's been helping me that I pay attention a lot now to the. I forget what that number's called, but the one that lets us know if NQ is the stronger instrument.
Oh, the percentage thing.
Yeah, I've been catching that a lot more lately, and then comparing it to ES, and then I saw how in the setup that I was seeing at the trend line, NQ was at a supply zone for me, and it was rejecting right when like I was seeing the setup occur, and like obviously I mean I probably still wouldn't have taken it, and I didn't take it. It's just more of like I'm excited to like be catching that stuff, and I guess when I'm chatting, I'm just like, oh, I think I'm seeing something.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've only been focusing on my key levels. I mean, like today, I did see that 59 or 69, was it 6950 level. And I did want to take it as a potential short, but I just didn't see my absorption setup appear. So it was, as soon as I didn't see that happen, I was like, damn, I'm probably not going to have a setup today. And that's one thing that I've personally been trying to work on is like accepting that right now I'm only seeing my setup happen like once, maybe twice a week. I'm not seeing it happen 3, 4 times a week. So like on Monday, I took that trade, which was at a psych level with the LVN, and then after that, yesterday I seen that absorption setup that happened early in the open. And then going into today, I was almost like, damn, my setup might not appear the rest of the week, or it might not appear tomorrow. It may appear Thursday, but I'm almost accepting, like, okay, right now my setup is on average happening 1 to 2 times a week. So once I do take that one A plus absorption setup, I'm like just fighting myself to like not try to force anything,
I will
but
say,
still journaling what I do see.
at key zones of like supply and demand is where fuck, what was I about to say? Like it is the only place I choose to take trades. It just fuck. I think I was gonna say something else and I lost my train of thought. Keep going.
But I mean, what do you guys want to review right now?
Let's identify the nuances of the setup,
Uh,
because that shit is like, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm not waiting enough for the whole setup to play out.
um, do
Yeah.
you have like when's the last time you took a trade where it was at a key level?
Hold up,
Let me
y'all.
check.
And we rallied all the way to 4 hour supply today. Because I mean, we can even review to yesterday's.
Yeah, just
Eli,
review it.
did you see yesterday's setup when it was happening?
I haven't reviewed it, so I don't. I gotta look at the chart. I don't remember right now. Let me. But hold on. Let me just scroll back.
I didn't review. I didn't review that one. We should go through that one.
All right.
What did I
Am I
write?
showing my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. 24th? Yeah. $68.42. What stopped you yesterday, Gabriel?
I don't even remember, to be honest. Maybe it was too early.
It was 6 minutes into the open.
Yeah, that was part of it.
I didn't take this one because this was not my highest graded one. You guys said you saw an LVN, but in my notes I wrote mid LVN. I don't know what it looks like now if we were to look at it. I just remember not thinking the LVN was as strong as the other one, so I just like gave it a. I still don't know how to rate my grades, but I just gave it a B compared to everything else. I usually be giving A's.
No, I feel that, man, because sometimes I'll choose like an LVN and then ChatGPT says, "No, you're a dumbass. That's not an LVN." And then I'm just like, I'm like, "Fuck, dude, I don't know what the hell I'm doing."
This was this was my volume profile the day before, so going into Tuesday. Um, this was the LBN that I was
See,
seeing here.
like right there. How's that LVN?
There's no like the volume dies down here. There
I
was
know, but
nothing
I thought it was
transacted.
supposed. I thought it was supposed to be like a C.
Yeah, but the volume completely stops. Like price just didn't even attempt to go lower here at this point.
But what?
So for the day, for this specific day, Monday, price sold off from the 90-minute. This is balance range, first of all. We've had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday. We've been in this 90-minute and 45-minute zone so far. Uh, and then when price did come down here, it tried to break lower 3 times here and just did not even could not even get below. So instantly that tells me volume died down right where yesterday's low is. And as you can see here, where my 45-minute demand is, the 68.42, that's where like that cliff starts to dr- drop down here. So the fact that this is balance range low plus the volume instantly stops, you're right. It is a B level zone, but this is technically a fresh LVN. No volume is being transacted at the bottom here.
Mm.
So then when the market came down back down into it on Tuesday, I was like, okay, no volume is under 68.32. I mean, yes, if you look all the way to the left on last week's Monday, there's action here, but every time price this last week tried to get back down here, it just struggled to get back down here, and then the day that it did get back into this area, it instantly was just stopped, like it couldn't do anything. So in my head I was like, okay, if price tries to get back down here, specifically I wanted to see a break under yesterday's low, because I didn't really want to like try, because if price got down to yesterday's uh to the 45-minute demand zone, if price held above yesterday's low, it would technically have to get all the way back up here for it to not be an inside day. And inside days are rare. So in my head, I was like, okay, the chances of it hitting 45-minute demand and rallying all the way to a new high over here is slimmer than if price were to break down under yesterday's low and then recapture. So when in my head I was like, I want to see price get under yesterday's low and then recapture and try to push up, which that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
Just
that was
that
my pre-market plan too. It was exactly
just
like
that I
that.
fucking froze. So
I,
now right here I have the 24th open already. When I open Bookmap, CVD is rallying obviously here, and price is just like stalling. So then I go closer to the open. Oh, this is already the open. So now looking at what I failed to do was I was so focused on, oh shit, price is coming down into my demand zone, that I feel like my mind just completely like somehow ignored what CVD was doing at the open. But looking at how this opens here, Bitcoin's at 70,000. Uh
fuck, man. Think
yesterday it
it's
was at
a
63.
you think it's a relief bounce? I haven't seen the fucking price.
I'm just, I'm, I'm just getting notices on my phone
Dude,
right now.
I was waiting for 57K at least.
That's why I
Damn.
just bought at 66.
Fuck.
Um, so right at the open, price is falling, and CVD currently, well, right at the open, CVD like started rallying as price was falling. That already alone is telling us there's a CVD divergence there. So as price is coming down into, oh, let me mark yesterday, 68.32.
That's a clean ass bullish divergence too.
And that's what I didn't notice because I was so focused on looking at price.
But would you have taken it though?
I think I would have, to be honest, because when I see CVD doing that, that is clear absorption.
Yeah, but it's like the second candle.
To me though, after 5 minutes of the open, I allow myself to trade.
Oh, that was 15 minutes for some reason.
ChatGPT did suggest 15 minutes, but I've seen it. I've seen the absorption setup happen after 5 minutes. So I don't know why I've convinced myself that after 5 minutes it's okay. But I'm still hesitant. Like I'm not just gonna be quick to jump into it, which is also you're right. Probably why, like I part of my hesitation yesterday. But clearly here we're seeing CVD had like a massive rally as prices coming down. Now we're seeing CVD pulling back. What I don't want to see is CVD come back down to these lows and break it. So as it's coming down, and as this was happening, I was like, I need to see it break yesterday's low.
Yep.
And I think I was zoomed in a lot, so I wasn't seeing how CVD was making a higher low.
Gimli.
And here again, price hits the limit orders and CVD starts rallying again. But in my head, I also wanted to see a reclaim because right here, I was like, damn, if this reclaims back above 68.42 and then shows me acceptance, then if it comes back to this 68.35, it can work. But as this happens, it fails to get back above 68.42. CVD made a new high here. So now I'm telling myself, okay, if it comes back to limit orders here, I can't take it because I'm not seeing reclaim plus acceptance.
Because buying's too weak, right?
Yeah, exactly. What you weren't here for yet last week, Eloy, was I want to see for reclaim plus acceptance, I want to see price get above here, 68.43, 68.45, and then try to break,
Aggressively.
yeah, aggressively, and then try to break back down into this 42 area and hold above it for a bit and then come back to retest these limit orders. Then that tells me, okay, buyers truly tried to push price higher and now this retest is valid. But since I didn't see that happen here, that's telling me that this pop is a weak pop. So when it comes back down to these limit orders, I don't want to take it. Specifically on high VX above 20.
Well, because it didn't do any acceptance, right? It just goes down.
E- exactly.
Like maybe this is
And this
acceptance,
is
but not really.
no acceptance is above 42. So like a aggressive pop above, and then it pulls back and then lingers here for a bit. But you want to make sure like it's not just like down, like you want it to be in this range here, and then come down to these limit orders. But keep in mind that if it's a low VX, like VX where it's a 16, a reclaim and acceptance is not as important. This is specifically for high VX. So now look as it's coming down to these limit orders. If I wasn't aware of that, when it comes down to test these limit orders, it could fake me out.
Gimli.
Oh shit. What the fuck happened?
Gimli.
Oh shit, I'm fucking everything up here.
What's going on, dude? It's like,
Alright, I'm back. So it didn't do the reclaim or acceptance. It's coming down back down to these limit orders. And now, see, here is where I could have got tricked, because if you look at CVD, it's holding a higher low. It's testing the limit orders. If I see a pop here, originally I would want to get in long, but since I didn't see that reclaim or acceptance, plus I'm aware of that idea that I mentioned earlier about the yesterday's low, I knew like, okay, don't enter this yet. Let it come down lower.
What price is yesterday's low again? Can't see.
68.32.
Oh.
It's this gold line here.
Okay.
So see, this is where like normally I would want to get long on this pop up here because CVD is climbing up, the bounce is happening, but because we're in a VX of 21 at this moment and there was no reclaim or acceptance, I need to be cautious of that. It freeze. Oh, there it goes.
So for the one under 16, for the setup when VX is under 16, you don't need to aggressively reclaim.
Correct, because the swings aren't as aggressive during a VX 16.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, the volatility has plays a part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that we broke yesterday's low here, there's no limit orders, so I got to be cautious. This could be something, but it needs to pop up more aggressive in my eyes. And it doesn't. It comes down to these orders down here. Okay, it does pop up more aggressive, but if it were to come back here, these limit orders need to reappear.
so this is like a different type of absorption setup, no? Or a different
Why?
way to look at the market?
In what sense?
Like you have your way of looking at it where it goes above the green line aggressively and then holds back at the green line. And then this one I've seen, I mean, maybe we haven't been talking about it or this is just in my head where I've seen this happen where we get that initial bounce, the one you see at the beginning of the screen and it looks legit. And then you think, all right, I'm going to get in at that first sign of limit orders. And then you pick, you hear me?
Yeah.
And you pick that.
You guys there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Gabe.
Oh.
Yeah.
He can't hear us.
Fuck, what's going on?
What was happening?
What were you saying though?
But like, all right, so that for at 632, you see that first pretty big bounce, and then you're like, oh, that has to be the limit orders that we want to get at. And so on that first pullback, I've seen myself make this mistake.
Why are you guys cutting off?
I know. What the hell?
No way.
You guys hear it?
I hear you now, but Eloy was talking, and right when you got in, it cut him off.
What the hell?
Can y'all
Yeah,
hear?
he was cut off the whole time. I was like, what the hell? I can't hear anything.
Can
Can
y'all
you hear me?
I can hear both of you.
All right.
Wait, you could hear Eloy?
Yeah.
I don't hear him at all right now.
What the hell?
Oh, what the hell? Can you hear
He's
Eric, Eloy?
talking?
Yeah, I could hear Eric.
He said he can hear you.
What the fuck is going on? Eloy, do you have AirPods by any chance?
I don't have them on right now.
He doesn't have them on right now.
Did they die?
What? No, they did not. I
Is
mean, I don't
the
know. I don't have them on.
the computer will fuck up if it's connected to your AirPods.
He said he doesn't have them on. He doesn't know.
Fuck. Oh, but you could hear him. What the fuck? That doesn't make sense.
So, what did you guys do? Did you get out and back in so I could do that real quick?
What the hell's
Yeah.
going on?
I just went out and in. Eloy's gonna come back, go out.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yo. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Eloy, start from the beginning.
Oh, what happened now?
What happened?
What happened?
Now I can only hear you.
You
Wait, you can't hear
I'm
me?
not talking. Is that why? Maybe. Can you hear me?
I could hear you. I just don't hear Gabe. Is he talking?
Oh shit, Gabe. He
Can you
can't
hear
hear
me,
you.
Eloy?
He can't hear you now, Gabe.
Oh my God. Let me log out.
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Gabe, but Eric is saying he can't hear you now. He logged out and logged back in.
Alright, I can hear both of you now.
God
All
damn.
right.
I had a
Sharing
jam
my-
too. I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
No, you
Hey,
were
no joke. No joke. I didn't hear a word you said. Right when you started talking, you cut off immediately.
We'll go back to that book map screen.
all right. You were talking about the bounce here.
All right, so this is a loss that I remember I take a lot. So this is more like I've journaled this loss a bunch of times and I've seen how it goes. So that initial bounce at 632 makes me think, oh, those are the limit orders we want to see. And then it goes up.
Okay.
And then when it comes back down, because that's the initial, what price is that? 68.35 would be like, oh, that's where I want to get in. So then I make my limit orders. I mean, I make my stop, like maybe the bottom of those limit orders, maybe where the yesterday's high is. But then it's going to pull even deeper. Or does this go deeper than that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then it pulls deeper and therefore I get stopped, but then the plan eventually works. And so I don't know what the connection here is, or is it a VX thing or what? But like I remember this loss a lot. And that's why I'm asking, is it similar to, or is it a different version of absorption, maybe because of VX and how we're supposed to view the volatility?
The way I'm seeing it is when it breaks and then reclaims above, it shows the buyer's intent to go higher. So when you let price break below yesterday's lows, you're watching the reaction to see if sellers continue or to see if buyers want it above yesterday's lows. And if they do, you want it to reclaim pretty much with aggression and then come back to yesterday's lows and enter there to ride it up. But you have to let it pass the key and then let it want it again by aggressively going up again. Does that make sense? Eric, back me up here.
Get what you're saying, Eli, because it's happened to me also. But my question was going to be to you is, do you know what VX was when you took that loss?
Right now, no. Like, I don't have the examples of when
Because
I've seen that.
if it was above 20 specifically, then most likely it was because you didn't wait for the reclaim. And I just learned this like 2 weeks ago. So like
Wait,
right
what?
now we're going to see it come down into 68.30. And I wanted to see a reclaim back above yesterday's low with aggression. But the thing that I failed to see was what CVD was doing. Because here again, it made a new high, CBD. So here's the test of the limit orders.
And selling's getting absorbed here because the bulls push it above yesterday's lows, and that's the
Yeah,
reclaim.
exactly. So here's the buyers trying to hold it. And as this is happening, in my head, the 6830 is the limit order. We have CVD making a higher low, and it's also holding this previous low that had just occurred. So that's a bullish sign there. And now we're seeing it reclaim back above yesterday's low. But I need,
Oh, I think that's what it was. I didn't like the aggression above yesterday's lows.
yeah, me neither.
This is why I didn't fucking take it. I forgot about that.
And now I'm seeing 6830 have those limit orders appear again. It gets stronger with the darkness, and it also didn't fully test it, which threw me off.
Yeah, this is why I didn't take it.
Look at the strength in CBD, and then the buying just gets back above here, and I think it takes off.
As this was happening, I'm like, I'm gonna miss it. I already know I'm gonna miss it. And then,
And
sure enough,
that's the takeoff right there. I don't think it comes back.
Was
again.
there acceptance in any of this?
What I was gonna say, a very small acceptance is okay. This is the reclaim of yesterday's low. It was weaker than I would have preferred. It pulls back into the limit orders, gets back above yesterday's low, and when it tries to sell off here, it just makes it doesn't it's unable to even get any lower. So to really call this acceptance, I wouldn't say it is, but the way it got bought up, I mean, that that shit took off. And CBD was the biggest sign though, because right when this happens, CBD makes a new high. So I wouldn't fully say I see acceptance here, unless we're calling this push here is like it just take it. I mean, I don't know if I can't really call that acceptance, but it takes off.
This shit is clear as day.
yep.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I want to accidentally click 2 contracts on the next trade I take.
Hey man, you won a couple. I'll give you that, but don't let your mind trick you, dude.
No, it's not even about
Don't
the
do it.
few that I want. It's more of like, yeah, this shit is just making more sense every day. And yeah, I'm not saying even though I could have all the knowledge in the world, that doesn't mean I might not come off rusty or something. But I'm just saying, like, I'm loving how this shit's making more sense every day.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
it's like, might as
We
well, like, that's what I'm gonna be. Obviously, I wouldn't want to lose fast because then I'm like, all right, well, now you don't have no funds to trade. Like, if I have my eventual losses, but it's more like, this is what we're doing it for. It's crazy. Like 2 contracts is like a step up of getting away from paper trading, and that took me forever. It's kind of like 1 contract is paper trading now.
I've had
damn.
those thoughts, but whenever I tell ChatGPT that I'm tempted to do that, it says, "Have you had 3 months of consistency yet?" And I'm like,
Shut up, bitch.
Are you guys green this month? Almost over.
My calendar says I'm up 5, but with uh fucking fees, probably not.
Dude, my shit's a bloodbath. No green box anywhere.
I think I'm green, but like by very little.
That's good though, dude. Like that's progress right
My
there.
last 2 months have been green, so 1 more month, bro, I'm putting up a contract. My last 2 months are green off of like 2 to 3 wins. That's it, and maybe no more than 10 trades.
That's pretty
Pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the setup there for this. Um, but that's the shit about the reclaim and acceptance. That's also why I'm hesitant on even trying to add two contracts yet, because I'm still fully trying to like grasp that idea completely, or at
I
least
feel
like
like
lock it in.
I feel like we have to master the setup at high VX, mid VX, and low VX.
Exactly. And that's what one thing ChatGPT also said. It was like, yes, you may be winning during this current conditions, but how are you going to adapt when the conditions change again?
Yeah. So we need to learn the setup 3 different times.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because in January we were trading in like the 16 VX, and then right now we got into like the 1820 VX, and then I'm sure soon we'll be in like 23 for a bit if
Yeah.
if shit gets hectic. Um, but I mean, we could review Mondays too. What happened? Someone can't talk again?
No, I'm here.
Oh, I think Gabriel.
Yeah.
He's not.
Oh,
He's not
okay.
talking.
It made a noise.
Yeah, I heard it too.
That scared me.
Yeah.
Um,
I haven't taken a trade this week yet.
February.
My last
Just don't get
trade.
fined.
My last trade was no. I took a trade last week on Monday or Tuesday.
Oh.
I just haven't taken one.
And
this
you
week.
got fined too, Gabriel? Fuck.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I remember when I
That's
got fined and I paid my bookmap fee, and I thought, why did it charge me? And I kept getting bookmap and Ninja Trader confused. Like,
Hey, did you guys have to pay that 400 whatever shit?
Yeah.
for what?
Bookmap?
Oh, mine's is in like June.
Mine was
Oh,
November.
oh, I don't have to pay that shit ever
I know
again.
your ass went.
That
Damn.
shit actually overdraft my bank account because I forgot about it.
I forgot all about that shit.
That shit pissed me off.
I know that sucks.
This one was a scalp on Monday. Uh, this is where I get a little upset with myself because I'm like, should I be taking this trade or should I be avoiding it? And I still am not fully convinced on what if it's okay or not, because it's a psych level and there is a LVN. Uh, where's the LVN?
Oh, is this a 6900 one?
Yeah. So
Oh,
we
this one's good. I like this one.
we rallied up to the 6931 at the open, and then rejected it super hard. And this is still that idea of the balance range high, balance range low. So this was definitely in the middle of the range, in the middle of the zone or range, I mean. But clearly here I had a LVN as price was coming down into 6900, and NQ was it NQ? Something else it was. Maybe it wasn't NQ because it didn't hit a zone. I guess it just was the LVN here. So I had this LVN, and damn, I'm actually surprised I took this. Also on the SVP, we were getting into that low volume area. But let me go to the trade.
I like this one because you consciously waited for it to hit your stop first.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was pretty smart. So it's exactly like the yesterday's low. You waited to aggressively break above the psych level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Also, VWAP was right here, so I was using VWAP and the LVN as my key level.
oh
But like, I'm still like, I just don't want to make that a habit. So I like always get mad at myself just to like kind of remind myself like, don't always rely on that.
yeah.
But at the open, we tried to sell off, and then CVD got super strong, and we rallied. Why isn't it rallying? This is the right day, right?
It was the 24th.
What was yesterday?
The 24th.
Was yesterday wasn't Monday. I'm stupid. This is the same trade we were just looking at.
I was like, damn. I was like, it's clear as
Huh.
day.
Same concept. You just use it.
All right, so it's rallying here. CBD was stalling at right before the open, and then it rallies super aggressive. Is it playing? Oh, there it goes. My supply zone was 69.16. So right here we're breaking above. Come on. It's freezing because it hasn't fully loaded.
How long do you keep Bookmap open?
Till I get leave for work, like 8:40.
Oh,
I did want to try to find a way to short this up here, but I just couldn't find a clear opportunity. We hit these limit orders, but it just kept like trying to push higher. CVD was actually making resisting the highs here, so that's interesting. But my absorption setup just didn't fully appear, so I was avoiding the shorts, and it ends up rejecting super hard. And just for context, I'm gonna put this line at 69. So that white line is the 6900. So I had volume profile open on my other screen, and I was seeing that LVN that I had mentioned, like sitting there, and I also seen these limit orders sitting here. So already I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. And then I seen VWAP was also sitting there. So I was like, okay, that's like three reasons why this could be a potential level that works. But I made it clear to myself that it would be a scalp, not a area where I'm looking to position something uh with the large move.
just in time.
And at 69.10, I believe it was. There was some limit orders sitting there, so I was like, okay, that's like a perfect 10-point target. Or was it? I think it was 6909. So here it comes down, and I was looking at CVD. That's the fuck. So this is the first test here. And this is one thing I always do when it bounces. I always calculate what's the bounce that occurred. So right here it was 6900 to 6905. So a 5 point bounce. In that case, it's a valid bounce to me. I just need to see that clear retest occur. What's happening? And then these limit orders appeared at 68.99. So in my head, I was like, okay, once it retests this 6900, my stop is gonna be under 68.99. And if I zoom out, actually it makes a 7 point bounce. When I zoom out, CVD is still making a higher low. The limit orders got darker.
Would you have already placed your position on NinjaTrader?
No, I'm not in yet. I'm just calculating once it does test these limit orders, where my stop is going to be, and just being aware of what this current bounce is. Especially on something like this, where it's not a super clear key level, I need things to be even extra aligned. I can't leave any room for error on something like this.
Was NQ telling you anything?
I don't think so, to be honest.
So you just made that random level in no man's land a support zone?
It was mainly the LVN, and because it was a psych level, there was VWAP and the limit orders sitting there. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to fully like call this even an A plus setup. To me, it was a B setup because it was a trade I came up with on the fly. But as it came down here, the limit orders are still there. And what made me extra confident was how it broke down into the lower limit orders. And then reclaims the 6900 again. You'll see it right now.
I was wondering, like, maybe is the setup not what we're supposed to be grading? We're supposed to be grading the trade because the setup, like we've said, is appearing in different areas where we think we're finding support or resistance. So that maybe we should just grade our trade for even getting into it if we got into it.
Well, off the jump, if I were to grade this as like just the setup itself, because of the how I came up with the key level, I would say it's like a C plus location. But then the way I executed it was A plus. So just those two ideas combined to me is just a B trade or B plus trade. Because the limit orders here got even darker now. Like they got even stronger. And once it tests with aggression. And see how like I was really patient for this. Like I didn't let this trick me. I really needed to see this be clear to me. Now here it is testing it. CVD is trying to drop lower. Comes down to where my stop initially was with aggression. Look at the aggression here. My stop was going to be under 98. The limit orders reappeared, and on this push up here, on that, I got in with my stop under this 98 still. So my entry was 98.01, and then my stop was this 68.98.
You've been out there for like an
So
hour.
3 points targeting these limit orders up here. What the fuck? Why doesn't it look the same? Could have sworn there's limit orders at 69.10. But I guess it was 69.12.
I mean, there is like a minute or before there is at 10.
Yeah. I think when I was coming up with the setup, I was like, okay, this would be my target.
I feel like also for scalps, because I think we said this a long time ago, where we noticed that a lot of our targets are 10-point targets, but it's more like a scalp should be a 10-point target.
Mm, yeah.
Which then makes me wonder, when we're trying to decide our entry prices, should it be based off a 10-point target?
I mean, in general, if I'm entering any trade, I'm like, okay, is this at minimum 10 points? And then if I see that it's worthy of 10 points, then I'm thinking like, okay, is VWAP somewhere close to those 10 points? Is pre-market high somewhere close to those 10 points? Because if this were, say, for example, a key demand zone, and I wanted to get long, this has to be a key demand zone though. And I wanted to get long off of it. And I'm thinking, oh, there's these orders at 60 or these orders at 69.10, but then VWAP is super close. Then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go for VWAP. I'm not going to really focus on the 10 points here. Um, but in this case, I knew I was scalping, so I think I got out right at 69.10, even though I had these limit orders up here.
And so many times I've seen it reverse at my target, which is like, oh, thank God I got out. But then it ends up going even further after a second, like of just rejecting. But it makes me feel like we're onto something with. I mean, I guess our target choices are getting stronger, or like our skill on that, because it'll reverse for a second and like immediately upon touching my target, and then I'm like, oh, good thing I got out. But then I'm like, damn, it took off even further.
Yeah, see here, I don't think it goes back to 69.12 here. So exiting at 69.10 was the right idea. Because, yeah, it doesn't come back anymore.
Damn, I said all that as this was happening.
Yeah. But that's also because this is a scalp. So that's what I'm trying to point out. If this was a demand zone, like a strong 4 hour demand zone, then what you're saying does tend to happen where you have a 10-point target, it rejects right at those 10 points, pulls down to like make a higher low, and then keeps rallying. But those tend to happen when it's a strong higher time frame zone, because at those higher time frames like 4 hour, 2 hour, maybe even weekly, that's where institutions are truly loading up here. Here at this 6900, I highly doubt institutions are scalping this. They're not loading up aggressively here. This is I'm just going with the volatility of the momentum. That's the difference between a scalp and the higher time frame trades we take. At the higher time frame zones, that's where institutions really are loading up their positions. Whereas here, I'm just going with the volatility momentum. That's how I knew that this wasn't a place to expect a large target, because this isn't where a place where I expect institutions to really be putting in some size. If that makes sense.
Yep.
So that's where the target that you're focusing on, you need to adjust. Knowing is this a scout position, or is this a like more longer term trade.
Yeah, what I was just saying made me realize I was correct, but we forgot we were treating this one as a scalp, so there's no reason to think, oh, my target's gonna like it's gonna go past my target eventually. Like this was a scalp, so this wasn't even an area we trade at. I forgot from the
Yeah.
beginning.
So you really want to avoid getting greedy on scalps for sure. Like once it hits that 10 points, you have to exit or else you get in a position like this here. That's basically my trade here. Just a quick 10 points from here. But the main thing, like Gabriel had mentioned right when I started bringing this
Did you
up,
close the
was
fridge?
what I liked was how aggressive sellers tried to push underneath here. As you can see, the volume that tried to come down. And then CVD also comes down, but it doesn't make a lower low. It makes a higher low here if I zoom out. So this was the low, and then it tries to pull down aggressively here with this. You can see the volume spike under the 6900. Then CVD makes a higher low, which is positive sign for me. And then as soon as we got back above the 6900, I got in with CVD aligning with the idea. And then knowing it's a scalp, quickly went for 6910 and exited.
Damn.
But I was also consciously aware that I think I even told Gabriel, like, if this doesn't work, I can't be upset at myself because I know that I'm trying a lower setup, lower probability setup here. Another day.
Yeah, let me end this video.